Hey everyone, it's Susan. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt like you're working really hard and you're driving and you're doing everything right, but just something maybe energetically feels a little off? Well, the answer could be not so much in what you're doing internally, but what you're doing externally. And what I've been teaching my Organize Your Life students for years is this, that if you want to shift the internal environment, sometimes you've got to shift the external environment. So today I have the absolute privilege to be here at Feng Shui, Arizona with my good friend Lisa. Lisa is a Feng Shui master practitioner, and in fact, she's come to my house and done the Feng Shui. I love, love, love this lady. So Lisa, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Susan.
So Lisa, let's just get down to it. A lot of people don't know what Feng Shui is. They maybe have some misconceptions. You know, growing up being half Chinese, we often had like Buddhas in places and dragons, and I didn't really know what any of that was about. And I later realized that for my family and our culture, it was very important to have guardians in certain places of the house, or energetically for the house to be flowing. And as I came into adulthood, I started to learn more about Feng Shui. But I know there were different schools of Feng Shui. There are all sorts of different things. You've been practicing for a long time. If you could sort of summarize it for the people watching and listening, how would you describe Feng Shui?
Well, let's go to the most basic part of Feng Shui, and that's taking energy and manipulating it. So we call it the art and science of energizing the house, manipulating the energy, and making sure there's a positive flow throughout the house. So we're trying to keep things from getting stuck. And if we can keep things from getting stuck, then we can keep your life flowing in a very harmonious manner.
Oh my gosh, I love that definition. That's amazing. And are you guys hearing this? Because feeling stuck sounds familiar. Okay, so I know what some of the people who are watching and listening, they're thinking. They're like, okay, Lisa, I feel stuck. What is it? I feel out of balance. What are some of the things that people could do that they can start to move this energy around and sort of get unstuck?
Well, we almost hate to say this to people, but anytime that you have too much stuff in one location, energy is going to get stuck. That's why we always want people to clean their spaces, to make sure they're really positively energized. And there's a subconscious element to that too. When you look at energy that just keeps piling up, the kids keep coming in with their backpacks, and everything keeps piling up on the bar, and you see that all the time, and you're trying to overcome it, but in your subconscious, it's constantly telling you, I don't have enough time, I'm not getting everything done. And there's some anxiety attached to that. So we need to make sure our spaces are clear. And then we also need to look for things that we normally wouldn't see. And that's what's so nice about practitioners. They typically have a talent for being able to notice where things are just stuck. It could be an end table in your living room that's keeping energy from moving from the door into the rest of the house or into the space. Or it could be a door that's misaligned that we need to add a mirror to so it expands the energy further. So there's a lot of then Feng Shui things that we can come in and start to expand that and lift it and move it through properly.
Those are some great things, and especially clearing the clutter, people, okay, just a hint. And it just even, I know from my students, and I know, as a practitioner, just clearing the clutter, first and foremost, people start to feel better. I even can think of one of my students, and she had some different health challenges, and she was coughing and so on. She was taking my Organize Your Life for Entrepreneurs class, and she cleaned up the clutter in her house, and she stopped coughing. Now, some of you might say, well, Susan, it was dust mites or something like that, but, really and truly, all this stuff does affect us energetically. Now, let me ask you, Lisa, one of the messages that I teach is get rid of anything that sends mixed messages. Like inherently, like if you're in a relationship and you still have, say, love letters from a past love, or if you've lost a bunch of weight and you still have clothes that were 10 sizes ago, get rid of those. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's exactly right. I've actually had clients who, when we finally got rid of the stuff from the old relationship, that's when the new relationship came in. So when you're hanging on to things, and you guys, we hang on to so many broken things. People have broken printers. They have old computers. They have, we can't get rid of something because we spent so much money on it, but it just ties up our lives. And when we can't make money because we're hanging on to old stuff that is broken and no longer usable, we have to get rid of that too.
So anything broken is essentially going to attract more brokenness. Gotcha. What about, there's some people who say anything that's bothering you in your house could be affecting you. So for example, if there's a chip in the wall, or, you've been walking by this throw pillow that's got a big stain, things, just general things that need repairing around your house. How important is it to get those things addressed?
And definitely we want to do the home repairs. What we find a lot is sometimes people get financially stuck. And so we have to first open up the energy, and then as soon as we do and the finances start to be more balanced, then we get to fix the walls and the sidewalks and everything else that is now stopping us from getting our stuff done. And pretty soon, after a year or two of getting everything balanced, everything starts to flow.
And and those things that bug us. Yeah, I had this client, and she was taking my business class, and she had in her dining room, the light just wouldn't work, and it didn't work for years, and it was bothering her. She got the light fixed, and then she found $37,000. Like, just found this money she didn't know she had, and she also had a child who wanted to go to this special school, and the tuition was $37,000. And so, how looking at that, someone who's watching and says, okay, Lisa, I can clean up my house. I can get rid of stuff that's broken. I can get rid of stuff that's maybe causing these greater broken feelings. What about home repairs? Maybe this person has a lot of home repairs. Where would you start? What suggestion would you give to that person?
That's an excellent question, because we always want to start at the front door.
Okay.
Because the front door manifests, and whatever we put by there will start to happen. So we always have this: if you don't get along with your mother-in-law, don't put her picture by the front door, because then she's going to come over all the time. So we definitely want things that we want up there, and what we want is a beautiful front door that's welcoming and that brings good chi in, and that would be definitely the first place that we would start.
And I know some people in Feng Shui will paint their front door certain colors. What are your thoughts on that?
We really want to, if you're going to paint your front door, it's kind of good to ask a professional. Red does work for most people, but it works best if your house is facing south. So remember, in traditional China, we always want the houses facing south, so we always painted the doors red. But out here, not everybody's door faces south. So it is good to at least ask what color to paint your door before you paint it. But if you face south, paint your door red. It's okay.
And what about hanging things on your front door? I know right now on my front door, our front door faces north, and we have this beautiful, well, you've seen it, it's black, very Asian style lacquered front door, but we have a big red floral wreath on it. What about people hanging things on their front door?
And that's often a good idea, so now north is a water element, and black represents water. So black is the perfect color for that door, but we still want good chi to come. Red is cleansing and it's energizing. So that gives us just enough energy to bring it to the house in a clean and clear manner.
So I guess what I'm hearing is even red flowers and things at the front door could be helpful too.
Red pots, a welcome sign with red letters. Don't get yourself stuck in remember, if we learn concepts, we don't have to get stuck in, oh my gosh, I have to use this little red tassel.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else to use. Because Feng Shui should be beautiful, and it should be, it should match what you do as far as how you decorate and how you design. It doesn't have to be so different.
And do you feel that there are certain rooms in the house associated with different either wins or challenges in our lives? For example, would a cluttered, just horrible, messy bedroom perhaps cause marital challenges or challenges for a single person attracting a partner?
Oh, most definitely. And things under the bed. We have a good story for this. I had a client who was storing her wedding dress from her previous marriage underneath her bed.
Oh my gosh.
And their marriage was just falling apart. As soon as we got rid of that wedding dress, everything was just fine. So everything holds energy, and it holds old energy, whether it's good or whether it's bad. If you have something that's holding good energy, hang on to that. But if you've got something that's holding negative energy, keep it out of the bedroom, keep it away from their front door, and please just get rid of it. Okay?
Yeah, just get rid of it. Get rid of it. And you'll know, because when you look at it, when you're around it, whatever it is, you're just not going to feel good. And you'll know it has to go. And I have a friend who had an object like this, and it was given to her by someone who they had a business relationship. It totally fell apart, and she loved this particular thing, but she had a hard time getting rid of it. And all of her business was stuck, and she finally got rid of it. And it was a Louis Vuitton bag. and her heart was broken, but then suddenly all this new money kept flowing in. And you'll have to check out, Lisa and I are doing a video and an audio podcast on how to do Feng Shui just for people who have businesses and home offices and things like that. You'll have to check that one out. So Lisa, let me ask you this final question. You wrote a book on Feng Shui, and with some basic tips. How could people get that book?
All you have to do, it's just a little $9 book to help people out and get them started. And you can just call our store or go to our website. And the website's fengshuiaz.com.
So fengshuiaz.com. And guys, for more tips like this, go to fengshuiaz.com. Check out www.susansly.com. And we want to see your pictures. We want to see your pictures. We love, love, love at Step Into Your Power when you send your pictures before it was super cluttered, you cleaned it up, what's going on, because our focus in life is to help you become more productive so you can have more balanced moments and live a ridiculously fulfilling life. So with that, thanks Lisa so much for the amazing tips. Go clean your clutter, and if you have a wedding dress on your bed, get rid of it right now.